Hi everyone, welcome back to the Woodland Reboot. There's our favorite dog Blue enjoying the February winter weather out here at the property. Okay everyone, it's time for me to give you a review on the snow removal system that I guess I'm in my third season with this. And I've seen a lot of videos on the internet in terms of different types of rigs. I guess if I had my choice, you know, it's not an insignificant little driveway that I have here. It's probably, you know, 150 to 250 feet up there to the road. And so, like I said, if I had a bit of extra money, maybe I'd go ahead and get myself one of those small utility tractors that either John Deere or Kubota makes and put a snowblower on the front of that or a big blade on the back. And when you start talking about those small utility tractors that John Deere and Kubota make, for example, as well as other manufacturers, you're starting to look at probably 20 to 22,000 Canadian just to get the system in place. The main reason I decided not to go that route is that I already owned this John Deere D125 lawn tractor, very small tractor. It's got a 20 horsepower engine in it, but what I decided to do was look for a used snowblower attachment for this tractor. And you can see this one's a 42 inch. It's a little beat up. I banged a few things here and there. Went and bought myself some new belts. This is another part of the system. It's a mule that attaches to the bottom that allows the system to connect to the drive system. And then the belts there that connect into the blower attachment itself. So long story short, mainly because I didn't want to spend the money and or didn't have the budget, I decided to look for a used snowblower attachment. It's a little beat up. Like I said, I had to bang a few things into shape. Everything works. Didn't have to replace any bearings or anything like that. I actually had, one thing I did do is I had some new shoes made up for it that allowed it to glide on top of the snow a little bit better on top of the stones. The one thing, my challenge here is that I have a gravel driveway, and so until you have a good layer of snow or ice compacted on top of that gravel, you will be chucking gravel through the snowblower, through the two-stage, and the larger pieces will jam and they will break your shear bolts. Breaking a shear bolt is not a big deal. I keep about 5 to 8 of them at the start of each season. This year, I think I've only busted one, so it's been a pretty good year. In the first year that I did this, I probably went through 4 to 5. And of course, with anything you do, you get a little bit better at it. So there you go. There's the system that I have. An old snowblower attachment for this kind of lawn tractor. You know, it was made for John Deere. I think the company that made it for John Deere at that time is something called Sabre. Those are the parts lists that I see when I go to order them from John Deere. So very simple, 42 inches wide. So what else did I have to do to get the tractor ready? You have to buy a set of brackets that come from John Deere that allow you to receive and mount the blower properly. You've got to have the right belts, of course. There are 2 in the system. You got to get yourself some snow chains, and you need weights in the back so that the tires are getting the traction they need in the snow and the ice. So this bracket, obviously a John Deere attachment. There are weights that would slot in here. They recommend 80 pounds of weight on the back. This adapter here also has sets of screw holes. I had these extra plates from a workout machine, and I've got about 66 pounds here, so I'm about 15 pounds shy of the 80, and this works well enough. You know, ideally, I'd either go buy the John Deere weights that fit the system, or I'd add another plate. And the system works well enough that I just don't feel the need to do either of those. So there you go. So I've got a little bit of snow out here today, nothing major, 2 to 3 inches, 5 to 10 centimeters. So let's put this into action. And I'll also throw in some other footage of snow removal I've done over the last couple of years with this little system. And I'll give you my thoughts at the end of the video in terms of the amount of money I've put into this and the results I'm getting and what I think about the entire system. So the other challenge with a system like this, you can tell from the getup that I'm wearing, is that you're in an open cab. On a windy day, the snow blows around as it comes out of that nozzle. And when it's minus 15 and minus 20, you really want to be covered up so that snow is not going down the side of your neck, down the back of your neck, all over your face. So that's why I'm wearing these funny get-ups. Try to cover up as much as possible with a couple heavy jackets. Sit in the tractor, get a little covered in snow, but clear the snow quickly and efficiently. Again, like I said, that's a bit of a drawback. If you've got the money, get yourself a cab. And by the way, they do sell weather enclosures for garden tractors like this, and I am thinking about grabbing one of those for this little system. Hey, if you like the content, guys, and you like the video, please subscribe, like, and share. And so there's a very slight breeze out here today, and even with a slight breeze you can see that the snow coming out of the chute actually can blow back on you, and again, hence the reason for all the heavy gear and the head coverings. I'm not a big fan of getting covered in the snow. Anyways, it's a light snow out here. Like I said, there's only 5 to 10 centimeters, maybe 2 to 3 inches. Very light snow, not a lot of volume, not being thrown very far. When you've got a much heavier volume of snow, the machine throws it quite far. All doable. So when you're sitting here in the driver's seat and you're working the snowblower, you get this handle on the right, raises and lowers, and then you've got this on the left, which turns the chute left and right and raises the chute up and down for directional control of the snow coming out of the snowblower. And another important thing, maybe for people who are thinking about this but don't know a lot about these kinds of attachments, this is a two-stage, well, got quite a shadow there. This is a two-stage snowblower. What that means is you've got this auger turning, which kind of pulls the snow in, and then you've got this other internal auger right there that actually shoots the snow up and out the chute itself there. So like I said, and like you've seen in the videos here, this can throw the snow quite far when it's a heavy snowfall, not this 2 to 3 inches, but you know, I'm going to say it throws it 30 feet at least. So it's got great clearance, gets the snow out of the way, and really does a solid job of moving the snow. All right, let's go back to some final thoughts about what I would consider a review for this. Again, I'm clearing snow in this area and then up the driveway past my car there. Not small, definitely bigger than a residential driveway. And like I said, it'd be great to have $22,000 to sink it into a utility tractor, like I said, a John Deere or a Kubota utility tractor with an attachment and possibly a blade as well. Again, $22,000. I already owned this lawn tractor. It's a heavy, I would consider it a pretty strong lawn tractor. It's got a 20 horsepower engine in there. You purchase the chains. I'm going to say that was, I'm going to say about $150 for the chains. You've got to buy those brackets up at the front end that help mount the blower attachment. And you've got to obviously maintain the belts for this kind of a system. Used, again, the attachment I have is very old. You can see it's a little rusty and crusty, but mechanically solid. It works. You've seen the snow coming out of it. It hasn't failed me yet. I'm in my 3rd season with it. And I purchased that used, I'm going to say it was $250. A little bit of elbow grease. I had to go online and figure out how to actually attach the mule here. I think if you click this link that I attach here, you'll see what that's all about. And then there are these weights. I'm not sure you're going to see them in the shade right now. You've got to get the bracket that holds those weights. Again, probably another $100 for that. So let's say $300 for the John Deere, you know, the chains, the bracket. You know, I'm in another $600 with a used blower. I mean, you can buy these attachments for, I think they're $1,500 here in Canada, maybe more. So let's say if you bought it all brand new, you know, my tractor, I think these 100 series tractors, when I bought it was a D. I think what they sell now is the S model 100 series tractors. Don't ask me why they're S now and not D still. You know, I think this tractor, when I bought it, was somewhere between $2,500 and $3,000. I think they're close to $3,000 now. Add on that $1,500 to $2,000. You know, you're looking at $5,000, $6,000 Canadian all in for a rig like this. That's brand new. You know, I'm probably not even at $4,000 with all this stuff. I've been using it for 3 seasons versus $22,000. Okay, you buy a utility tractor for $22,000. Not only do you get that kind of a setup, you probably have a front end loader on it as well. I get it. But at the end of the day, for my needs, you know, had the tractor, mow lawns with it. It sat around all winter time, was able to find this used attachment. It works. You know, I spend probably anywhere from half an hour to 45 minutes doing this job here. So if you've got a driveway that's half the size of this or half the size of this space, I personally think that's going to meet your needs. You maintain that tractor, you change that oil seasonally or as required. And, you know, great little tractor, 20 horsepower, drives the snowblower no problem. And for these kinds of needs, I think you're good. So those are my thoughts. I would recommend this type of a setup to anyone who's got this size of snow removal needs or smaller. It's suiting me quite well, getting the job done, and again, mine's used, so even more cost effective. I've had a few questions concerning the tank and how long that will last. I just took it off the 40-pound tank that you've seen me install here. I have this 20-pound tank on a standby. Got it up on a 5-gallon tank. Just reattached it and have the system up and running. So I'm going to say that I've been using that tank since the day the system was installed. I think that was mid-December, and I use it, you know, it could be 2 hours a day when I'm out here, twice a week. So it had a little bit of life to it. Not bad for a 40-pound tank. This one won't last long. I think it was maybe 3/4 full. Okay, so the heater's up and running again, and because it went out on me this morning when I ran out of the gas, you can see here, you know, it's not even 10 degrees in here yet, 10 degrees Celsius. So, it's a beautiful sunny day outside today. See the sun? And you can notice a theme here. I've got a grilled cheese warming up on my hot plate. Look forward to it in a few minutes. All right, Blue. Blue's been good, as usual, during this snow blowing video shoot. So, Blue, would you like to taste the ball? Would you like to taste the ball? Hey, oh, hey, give it a second. Hey, Blue, put it, hey, she just took the ball. Bring that back over here and I'll throw the ball for you. Okay, put it down. Drop, hey, drop, Blue, drop, drop. Sit. Oh, good girl, go. Come on over here, Blue. Good girl. All right. Hey, sit. Sit. Go. All right. Come here. Drop. Drop. Good girl. Go. Oh, before I go, check that out. That's coming down later today in the sunshine, that's for sure. All right, everybody, thanks for listening to me ramble on. Thanks for watching me with this funny little headset. It's actually getting quite warm. Beautiful sun out here today, even though below zero. It's the type of day that you can warm up quite nicely out here. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share, everyone. Have a good week. See you next time.